Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It is so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. Now, I have popped on because it's Friday, and every Friday here at Manfa's Makes, it is time for Crochet Catch Up. And that is where normally myself and Mike come on and tell you about all the wonderful crochet we have managed to get done, but unfortunately Mike has had very limited crochet time this week for various reasons. He managed to do his tile of the week. We both did. That was yesterday's video, so feel free to check that one out. And today, sadly, it's just me. So excuse the fresh out the shower look, but I need to pick my moments when I can. The children are due back in about 20 minutes and I've got someone come in to measure up my bathroom and bits and pieces, so I haven't got long, so I'm going to squeeze this one in. So what crochet have I been up to? Like I said, we both did our tile of the week. Now I'm going to show you my whip, which is very nearly done, guys. Very, very nearly. I am using, let's get it all out of the bag. It is in my, What the Flock bag from Whisk. And it is my Boggy Creek blanket using the wonderful tutorial from the gorgeous Cinnamon Stitches. Hey Jen, if you're watching. And if you watch to the end, there is another Cinnamon Stitches item that I have actually managed to make and complete. So, bit of a Cinnamon Stitches week this week, guys. Now, let me get myself all figured out here because, of course, it is getting bigger and bigger. So, this is the Boggy Creek blanket that Cinnamon Stitches designed. I moved the balls to the other side of the table when I actually needed them where I originally put them. Here we go. Here it is. And where is the yellow stitch marker? Let's have a look. Here it is. Here is the yellow stitch marker, guys. So from that yellow stitch marker, now look, can you see him? I have done all of that. So I have worked out how many more stripes I need to make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I needed to do another 13 from this red stitch marker. I have done 9, so I've got 4 stripes left to go. Each stripe is 2 rows. So 4 more stripes and a border, and this one can be called done as soon as I've got my ends in. So yes, quite a lot of progress from this yellow stitch marker here to where my hand is. I've managed to get all that done this week. I have been focusing heavily on this one. Now, if you don't know what Boggy Creek is, my advice to you is to go and head over to the wonderful Nancy at She's Got Yarn Too, as her mother was part of, or is part of, a women's group who do charitable donations. They approached Nancy asking if she could make a couple of handmade blankets for Camp Boggy Creek. Nancy said of course she would. She asked Lynette from Charm Grammy if she could make a couple also because they're really good friends. And Lynette said, of course. And she said, but hang on a minute, Nance, we've got a really big platform. Why don't we open it up to the YouTube streets? And it is just taken off, guys. This is a blanket drive for the kids that go to Boggy Creek Camp. Now, this is no ordinary camp. It is a camp that enables seriously, chronically ill children to attend camp. Oh, I can't talk today. I'm sorry. Whereas normally they wouldn't be able to because of their really serious medical needs. But this camp is different because it has an on-site medical suite with all the equipment and medications and staff needed to make sure that the children are always looked after to the utmost with all the needs that they have. And every week it's kids with the same illness, so the children get to talk to other children that are going through exactly the same as what they are. Friendships are formed. It is totally wonderful, and all of the children stay for a week, and on the bunk that they sleep on, or the bed they sleep on, is a handmade blanket, and after the week they get to take it home as a forever memento. So the blanket drive is to get as many blankets done as possible. Last year they managed to take over 360, but Camp Boggy Creek go through 150 plus blankets a week, guys. So they are always in need of them, and what better way to put our crochet skills to the test than to, or to good use rather, than to give them to people that need our, who need and will appreciate our gorgeous artwork. And the incredible Cinnamon Stitches did a tutorial, and I am so addicted to this pattern. I just want to keep making it over and over and over again. I absolutely love it. Jen, thank you so much. I have enjoyed every single stitch, and now I know that whatever child gets this blanket on their bed, they will be wrapped up in love because it was stitched with love. Now, to make this one, Jen in her tutorial uses a chunky yarn, a 5-weight yarn. I don't have a lot of chunky in my stash, so I went down to a size 4 yarn, which meant I had to adjust my starting chain, and I'm probably going to have to do many more stripes than Jen did herself, but that's fine. We adjust, don't we, guys? We use what we can. I'm using my 6mm Clover and More. I am using Emu Classic Aran 100 grams, which you can get from the Knitting Network in the colour white. And I am using Papacha Moulon Chunky, which again is a 4-weight in the infamous colourway of 5680. And this is again from the Knitting Network. So there we have it, my Cinnamon Stitches blanket, guys. And I've just dropped my yarn. Yarn down, yarn down. It's okay, I rescued it. It's all good. So that is my Cinnamon Stitches blanket, which is so very nearly close. That will be an FO next week, guys. I can guarantee it. Now, that is my only whip that I am actively working on at the minute. So let's go to the FOs, shall we? Now, last week I showcased the mini Daisy Gnome crochet pattern by Julie HM Toys. This is an entry for hashtag Amigurumi Wars 2023, which I am hosting for this month of October. The spotlighted designer is Julie HM Toys. This is a paid pattern. I will link it down below. I will link Cinnamon Stitches and her tutorial as well, guys. So I decided to do this cute little fella as one of my Amigurumi Wars entries. By the way, guys, thank you all so much for those of you that have already sent in your entries. A lot of them can be found on my community tab. There will probably be another community tab post over the weekend, as I have a couple more that I need to put on there. But everyone is joining in, having lots of fun, and it is amazing seeing everyone's creations. Now, my points will count, but I am obviously not going to put myself into my own giveaway. Now, in brief, Amigurumi Wars, what is it? It's the brainchild of Anita at y.o.hcrochet. Again, I will link her. And basically, every month of the year, a different content creator hosts Amigurumi Wars. That is where everybody in the YouTube streets, either content creator or subscriber, it doesn't matter, make as many amigurumis as they can to win points. Now, for a free pattern, you get 1 point. For a paid pattern, you get 2 points. If you use the Spotlight Designer patterns, a free Spotlight Designer pattern is 2 points, and a paid Spotlight Designer pattern is 3 points. And occasionally the host will throw in bonus points, and I have done that this time. If you use a autumn, fall or Halloween theme to your makes, you will get 1 bonus point as well. Knitted amigurumi are accepted, but you cannot use a loom or a machine. So there we go. And obviously if you're making duplicates, the smaller amigurumis, there is a limit of 3. And they all, excuse me, they all have to be in the same photograph to prove that you did in fact make 3 of them. But you can find out all the details. If you go back on my channel, you will see me announce Amigurumi Wars, and all of the details will be in there. But those of you that have already participated, thank you so much. Keep them coming. I love seeing your creations. I love how on board you all are. And yeah, every month the host will do a giveaway for their month, and at the end of the year, those that have collected the most points will get prizes from the hosts as well. So it's a lot of fun. I love it. Thank you, Anita, once again for letting me host. And this little guy is one of my entries. So you saw him last week, but the only thing that he was missing was his daisy on his hat. He now has his daisy, guys. He's an FO. Yes, he is. And I do believe that my beard on this one is much better than the other gnome that I created. Are you ready to meet him? Here he is, daisy and all. And I really, really love this guy. He is super cute. I gave most of the details last week. I used the whole scrap of this green, ran out, had to use another bit in a slightly lighter colour for the brim. I ran out of brown, so we had to have skin tone arms. He was only the second gnome I have ever made. So this one's beard is much better than the first gnome I made. And if you want to see the first gnome, go back to last week's Crochet Catch Up and you will see it there. And everything was done apart from the daisy. So the only thing that's different this week is he now has his daisy, and he is completed. So there we go. And this is also an entry for hashtag Moo's Flower Power Cal. Moo's Flower Power Cal is hosted by my gorgeous friend Crafty Moo Sarah. I will link her channel down below. Go check out everyone I link, guys. Spread the yarny love. Every month we have to submit something that is flower or plant themed, and if you submit something every month you get entered into her giveaway. Even if you joined in now, obviously you couldn't partake in the giveaway, but it is really lovely trying to find patterns that incorporate flowers or plants. And it was a really lovely crochet along or make along that Moo came up with the idea for. I have done every month so far and I am loving it. And the daisy is my Moo's favourite flower, as is lavender or lilac-y purple. So this is in a nod to Moo as well. So this one was a double dip. Not only was it hashtag Amigurumi Wars, it was hashtag Moo's Flower Power Cal. So I double dipped with this one, guys. And he is done. Like I said, I used various yarn scraps. None of them had labels. They were just scraps that I pulled out of my cotton tote, which I can now put away. And for this gnome, I used my 3mm dots. And all of these cottons are a lightweight 3 or a DK. So that is my first FO. Isn't he cute? I really, really love him. Very, very pleased with him. So I finished off my gnome. I did Tile of the Week Thursday. I concentrated really heavily on the Boggy Creek blanket that I showed at the beginning. But then I had a day off on Wednesday, and I have been absolutely itching to make Cinnamon Stitch's Bumpy Pumpkin, or the Bumpkin as she's calling it in short term. Now I had a day off, so I used my time wisely. I spent that day off making my bumpkin, and I did do it in one day. Obviously it doesn't take very long, but you get up, you put a thing of laundry on, or you get up and you make lunch, you know, bathroom breaks, making cups of tea, then you have to do school run. But in a nutshell, I started it on Wednesday, I finished it on Wednesday, and I'm so pleased that I got to make it because I really, really love it. And I've just realised that I have left the yarn that I used over where I crochet, so bear with me, I will be back in just a second. Okay, I'm back. So sorry about that. Just as a little point of interest, have any of you noticed that I've changed my yarn unit around? I've had a rejig. I wanted a cake scape, not just a yarn scape, a cake scape. So for the bumpkin, amazing tutorial, check it out. I will link that tutorial down below as well. I decided to go deep stash diving, guys. Yep, I donned my snorkel and I went deep diving in my stash. Now, as you can see over here, I do have clear totes. There are 3 in total stacked there. And in one of those totes, I keep some 4-weight or Aran weight yarn that I don't keep on these shelves. I keep them in the totes because I've either got them from mystery bags or Happy Mails or something, and I only have like 1 Skein Wonders or a couple of them, and I don't really know what to do with them, but sometimes a pattern will come up and I'll know that I want to use them, and that is exactly what happened with the bumpkin. I needed an orange and a green, and I thought, right, let's dig in my totes, which is exactly what I did. Now, for the orange, I used Stylecraft Highland Heathers Aran. There we go. This is 100% premium acrylic, approximately 190 meters or 208 yards. Machine washable up to 30 degrees Celsius. You can cool, tumble dry, cool iron. You can dry clean using P. 5mm needles, 5mm hook, and it is in shade 1303 Whiskey, and they are 100 grams. Made for Stylecraft under license in Turkey, and this is what the whiskey looks like. Now, it's being blown out. It is a much richer orange rather than bright orange. Let's see if we can tone that down a little bit. It's still a bit more muted, but it's not I have not got a bright in your face. This is like Highland Cow orange. Would have made a lovely Highland Cow, but I made a bumpkin instead. And this is all that I have left. So this will go in the scrap bin and will probably turn into a tile of the week Thursday. And then the other one, because I only had one of that colour in my stash, so now it has served its purpose for the bumpkin. And then I picked another Highland Heathers, and this is the only one of this one, but I only used a real smidgy bit of this. This has exactly the same details, guys, but it's in the colour Bracken. And it is a very blue-toned green, and it does have flecks of other colours contained within it. I don't know if you can see the small flecks of gold, small flecks of like a reddy orange. Is it going to focus on it? Probably as good as you're going to get, guys. So I only used a smidgy bit of this, so I'm going to put this back in the tote because that's way more than a scrap. You wouldn't necessarily pick it up and think anything had been used from it. So that is the green that I chose. Okay, now are you ready to see my bumpkin? I am so in love with it. It is so cute. The kids fell in love with it and think it's wicked awesome. And even Mike said, that is a pretty cool pumpkin. I said, it's not a pumpkin, it's a bumpkin. Get it right, Michael. So it's okay, Jen. I have corrected Mike. He now knows that it's a bumpkin. And if I find the time, I really do want to make some more. Now, this will also count towards hashtag Amigurumi Wars. And the beauty of this bumpkin, guys, is that it is no sew. You start at the tip of the stem and you work your way down. All you've got to do is weave in your end. That is it. Stuff it, one end to weave. Fabulous. Absolutely stunning pattern, Jen. Thank you so much. I enjoyed every minute of making this as well. Are you ready? Oh, you can see a bit of the stem. So literally you start at the stem and you just go down. Look at my bumpkin. I love it. There we go. So textured, so wonderful. And Jen, this means I really love you, girl, if you're watching, because Manfa is not a fan of baubles, popcorns, puffs. They are not my favourites. There were quite a few popcorns in this, and I mainly made it because, yes, aesthetically it is so cute, but I love you, so I'm willing to do them for you. All right, so there we go. Cinnamon Stitches now knows how much I love her because Manfa voluntarily did popcorns. Yes, she did. Honestly, guys, this takes hardly any time at all, and it just looks so cute. I have it on my coffee table as like a little table decoration or centerpiece, and yeah, I just absolutely love it. You can bend your stem if you want. It is just so cute. I absolutely adore it. So again, Jen, thank you so much for a gorgeous pattern and a gorgeous tutorial. I did it in a day. You guys will be able to do it in a day. And I am thinking that if I do attempt this again, that I may even do smaller weight yarns, smaller hooks, and see if I can get some itty bitties. And they may not be the traditional orange and green. They may be other colours, because you are only limited to your own imagination, right? You can do whatever you like, but I love that it's no-sew. Love it, love it, love it. And that, guys, is everything that I have been up to this week. Anybody who has a channel, I will link their channel down below that I have mentioned and talked about. Any patterns that have a tutorial or a link of where I purchased it, I will link that down in the description box. We are hoping with all our might that we will definitely go live tomorrow, which is Saturday at 4 PM Eastern after Granny D. At the moment, I can't see any reason why it won't happen, but life sometimes gets in the way and you never know. But fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed, guys. Keep your hashtag Amigurumi Wars entries coming in. Yeah, and keep an eye on the community tab for everybody else's entries as well. We've had quite a busy week of posts, actually. So if you haven't seen any of them yet, go check those out, guys. You will not be disappointed. Anyway, I'm going to let you get going. The children are about to burst in on me at any second. I know it because their bus will have got in now. And yeah, I've got dinner to prepare and everything else. So have a fabulous weekend. If we go live, we shall see you then. And then other than that, it's Monday that we next get to see each other, which I cannot wait for. I have no plans for content next week, so it's going to be done on a wing and a prayer, but I will always do content for you on the days that I promise. So there will be content. I just don't know what. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to let you go. Have a fabulous weekend. And until I see you next time, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.